This is the TV News, the industry's only daily video report, brought to you by American Ingenuity TV. For all of your electronic marketing and creative needs, American Ingenuity TV is simply the solution.
Welcome to the TVNews.TV for Friday, July 30th, and we begin with the reported dark turn that the resignation of ABC programming chief Steve McPherson has taken. Multiple sources are now reporting that ABC had initiated a sexual harassment investigation with Mr. McPherson at the very center just before he resigned. ABC has neither confirmed or denied these reports, but McPherson's lawyer has stated that very often top TV execs are the target of these types of rumor and innuendo. Stay tuned on this one. Half off! It's usually a good thing, and it brings buyers in droves. Unless, of course, you're talking about the July to July ratings for CNN's Rick's List, which are in fact exactly half of what CNN was notching a year ago. The 50% reduction in ratings has hit both the critical 25 to 54 adult demo as well as with overall viewers. ESPN has announced the first 3 of its 13 scheduled 3D TV college football games. Kicking off first, Boise State and Virginia Tech, and they'll be coming at you in 3D on September 6th. Then on September 11th, Ohio State knocks heads with Miami of Florida in 3 dimensions. And on September 18th, it's a 3D battle Southern style when Clemson meets Auburn.
The Sports TV News is brought to you by Sando Communications. Sound judgment, solid credibility, and superior results. This is Sando Communications.
Well, with us now, as he is every Friday, is Eric Mackerlin. Eric, I'm going to give you a 4-note musical intro to what you're talking about. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum.
Dun, 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 dun. That's right. We're going to be talking a little Monday Night Football, even though we're here at the end of July. It's good to remember that we're only really about 5 or 6 weeks away from the start of the NFL regular season. In this case, on Monday night, we kick it off with 2 games. The early game is going to be Jets-Ravens from the new Meadowlands Stadium in northern New Jersey. I'll actually be in attendance there that night. But game 2 is what I want to talk about tonight. It's San Diego and Kansas City. And the broadcast team is going to be Brad Nessler and Trent Dilfer. Now, why is that something I want to talk about? Well, the second game has traditionally been an opportunity for ESPN to experiment with its on-air teams. Back in 2006, Nessler actually did the second game broadcast with Dick Vermeil and Ron Jaworski. And what came out of that? Well, number one, I blogged in real time that I thought it was fantastic. Bill Simmons at ESPN called the team a breath of fresh air. And I really enjoyed getting some new voices into the rotation, not hearing the same old crew all the time do the games. Now, and of course, the upshot of that eventually was that Ron Jaworski was discovered to be a talent that could handle doing color, and now he's on the main team at Monday Night Football. I really like it, and I want to give a good thumbs up to ESPN for giving Brad Nessler another try and getting Trent Dilfer out of the studio in Bristol, getting him on the road and doing a game.
Got one comment, got one question for you. Now, traditionally, Mike and Mike, Greeny and Golick have, for the last couple of years, they have handled the game. I think they have rated pretty well. Let me just take you through a couple of numbers, and I'm just going to make an assumption. I'm going to assume that Mike and Mike show cumes 10 million folks per week. Maybe they do more, maybe they do less. And let's say they're going to talk it up for 4 weeks. Well, that's 40 million impressions that that ESPN is sacrificing by bringing in fresh voices.
Well, Jeff, ESPN is a market-driven organization. We've talked about this before offline. ESPN used to be a news-driven organization. Now it's a market-driven organization. It's very sensitive to those issues. And all of its on-air products, whether you're talking about its cable or its online products or its radio products, are market-driven. They're there to drive traffic to other ESPN platforms and other ESPN products. If the folks inside ESPN felt that Mike and Mike, moving them off of that Monday night broadcast would hurt the rating, they'd still be there, number one. Number two, as an ESPN flagship radio broadcast in the morning, these guys are going to be talking up that game like mad anyway. It's going to be part of their jobs. So I think we're not going to see that kind of dip. I would be interested in at least taking a look at the numbers comparing them year over year and seeing whether or not your thesis is right. I mean, I'll keep an open mind, but again, I think that the fact is that you need to open these things up, and when you've got a chance, an open slot to see if there's some other talent out there that can maybe do the job, sometimes you find out that there's somebody out there who does it really, really well, like Ron Jaworski did back in 2006.
All right, we will check the ratings. I will counter your notion of the infallibility of ESPN programming brass with two counters: Sports Nation and Cold Pizza.
Indeed. What, the mistakes in Bristol can be massive. Yes.
All right, Eric. We will see you next week, and I know we've got some great stuff coming up to talk about.
Future events and opportunities brought to you by Dude Walker. Get the best voice. Get the best price. Get Dude at dudewalker.com.
You probably already knew that the TV news has been viewed over 100,000 times by top TV execs and pros. So if you want to be most visible in the industry, become a sponsor of the TV news. And you can start the process by hitting us with an email at advertise@thetvnews.tv. And that about does it for this edition of the TV News, but we will be back on Monday with a fresh edition. But in the meantime, if you've missed any recent editions of the TV News, you can catch up in a single click in our archives. I'm Jeff Grimshaw. Thanks for watching, and as always, go out and make it a great weekend.
The TV News has been brought to you by American Ingenuity TV. For all of your electronic marketing and creative challenges, American Ingenuity TV is simply the solution.